Today we're going to be talking about stem changers, E to I. Some IR verbs have an E to I stem change in the present tense. Remember that there are three types of stem changers. We have E to IE, we have O to UE, and we have E to I. Now remember this, the E to I only happens with verbs that end in IR. So, for E to IE stem changing verbs, the last E of the stem changes to I in all forms except nosotros and vosotros. And it forms the boot like we've talked about earlier, okay? Another verb that you know with this stem change is pedir, and up here we use servir, and we will look at both of these and a couple other ones as the video continues. So let's look at the verb servir, which means to serve. We already know that stem-changing verbs form a boot, and we also know that the vosotros and the nosotros box do not receive the stem change. We also know that it's the next to last syllable that receives the stem change. So here is next to last vowel. Here's the last vowel, the next to last vowel. This E is going to go from an E to an I. So let's go ahead and just write an I in here for the E. Okay? Then you simply just take the rest of this. Let's go ahead and do the endings too for IR verbs. O, es, e, en. And then since this is an IR verb, we'll go ahead and write imos. Okay? Then you just take the rest of the word and fill it in. Es. We change the E to an I, RV. So servir in the yo form is sirvo. In the tu form, sirves. In the el ellos usted form, sirve. In the ellos ellas ustedes, sirven. And then in the nosotros form, it does not receive a stem change, so it would simply be S-E-R-V-I-M-O-S, servimos. Pedir means to order, or it could mean to ask for. Go ahead and pause the video, conjugate this stem changing verb with the E to I stem change, and then play the video to check your answer. Like we talked about earlier, remember that stem changing verbs that go from an E to just an I, they end in IR verbs, or they end in IR. So, pedir would be pido, pides, pide, piden, forming the boot. And then we do not change it in the nosotros or the vosotros. So it would be pe, and then since it's an IR verb, it would be pedimos. Repetir means to repeat. Go ahead and pause the video, conjugate the verb using the E to I stem change, and then play the video to check your answer. Like we mentioned earlier, when you're doing a stem changing verb, you need to make sure that you conjugate the next to last vowel. The I in repetir is the last vowel, so the next to last is the E. So we're going to change this E to an I. So you would have repito, repites, repite, repiten in the boot, and you would simply have repetimos in the nosotros form because they do not receive the stem change. Now, go ahead and complete this activity using the verbs in parentheses in order to conjugate them using the E to I stem change. Pause the video to complete the questions, and then play the video to see your answers. So here are the answers. Ellos sirven las hamburguesas en el restaurante. Yo pido muchas papas fritas. Elena y María compiten en un partido de fútbol. Nosotros repetimos las instrucciones en español. The reason we wrote repetimos in blue is because this one falls under the nosotros spot in the chart right here, which means it would not fall under the boot. Hopefully you've learned how to conjugate E to I stem changing verbs.